Hi everyone, if you are new here, my name is Erika Correa and I'm going to be an incoming orthodontic resident this upcoming June. Now, if you are watching this video, it's probably because you didn't match or you didn't get into an orthodontic residency. I'm here to tell you it's okay, and I've been there multiple times. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some ideas on what you can do during your gap year to make yourself a better applicant for the next cycle. All right, so let's start with GPRs and AEGDs. I did a GPR, so I can only speak on GPRs, but they are both postgraduate programs where you stay in academia. I would recommend these because you stay in academia and you can continue building relationships with faculty members, especially orthodontic faculty members. If you do an AEGD or a GPR at an institution that has an orthodontic program, you can build these relationships, so that would be a good idea. You can also do a GPR and AEGD and do some research in the program. And if you do orthodontic research with an ortho faculty, that would be even better. So in my case, I did a GPR at St. Luke's University Health Network in Allentown, Pennsylvania. It was 6 of us in the program. I applied very late, so I didn't really have too many options on which programs to apply to. So I only ranked this program and wanted to go to this program specifically because they had an orthodontist and I wanted to do ortho. So I thought this was a good opportunity for me to learn orthodontics and practice orthodontics as a GPR resident. I thought it would help me on what to write on my personal statement, and it would give me things to talk about during my interview, and it would just enhance me as an applicant. Long story short, I didn't match, but I still think it helped my application. I recommend you choose a GPR that is either at an orthodontic program, so you can build stronger connections with the orthodontic faculty at that program, or choose a GPR that has an orthodontist, so you can learn some orthodontics and you can better know why you want to do orthodontics. All right, for AEGD, I don't know, you'll have to look into that yourself because I didn't do an AEGD. So another thing you can do is just go out and work in private practice or at a DSO. I wouldn't recommend this because you're not really going to be practicing orthodontics and like enhancing your application and enhancing your knowledge on what you know about orthodontics. I don't know this for a fact, but I've heard from my mentors who are ortho faculty that they would prefer someone who stayed in academia. Take that with a grain of salt. I think it's better if you just stay in academia if your goal is to go to an orthodontic program. Now, I also do know orthodontic residents who did go out and work for a couple years and have still been accepted. So it's up to you. You can do whatever you'd like. The pros of going out and working is that you can make money. You can start paying off your loans, which is also very important. So I'm lucky that I've been able to do that this year. All right, so the last thing we're going to talk about are internship programs, fellowship programs, and preceptorship programs. We're just going to say all of these terms are interchangeable because these programs, you get a certificate, but it's not a CODA accredited certificate. And basically, it's just to better prepare you for orthodontic residency and to show the orthodontic programs that you really want to do ortho residency and this is what you decided to do during your gap year. So I did one of these. I did my orthodontic preceptorship at Eastman in Rochester, and that's where I will also be attending residency. It was a good program. I learned a lot. Let me tell you some of the pros about these programs, and I don't know what it's like at every program. I can only tell you what it's like at the program I went to. So some of the pros are you get to be around ortho residents and faculty every single day, all the time. So that's a great opportunity for them to get to know you because if you're going to go to their program, they want to make sure that they know you're going to be a good orthodontic resident. So you get to take classes with them. So I took a bunch of the ortho classes. I took other classes that I actually got grades on. Basically, it was an opportunity for me to prove myself. Another thing is you can do a master's degree at the same time. So I did this as well. And that's another opportunity for you to take more classes to improve your GPA and to prove yourself to them. Another thing is research. So at Eastman, for example, I was involved in 2 research projects, and I'm so happy to say that both of them are now published. Basically, doing this program gave me the opportunity to publish 2 papers, which is amazing. It also gave me the opportunity to do the master's program. So in a couple months, I'll be graduating with my master's degree, and it gave me an opportunity to get to know the program and for them to get to know me. I think it was worth it. At the time, though, I didn't get in. So I applied last year. I was a couple months into the program, and then ortho residency results came out, and I found out I didn't get in. So you can imagine I was heartbroken then because I put all this time and effort into the program. So now I'm going to tell you a little bit about the cons. One of the cons is that you have to pay for these programs, and we will go over that. I'm going to show you some options on which programs are available. You have to pay for them, and you can't take out any federal financial aid for these programs. So you either have to take out a private loan or figure something else out, maybe use some of your savings. In my case, I'm going to give you an idea. I did the master's program, and for the master's program, I also had to pay tuition, but I could take out federal financial aid for my master's program. So what I did was I just took out more money so I can use it to pay for the preceptorship program. I actually wasn't planning on doing this in the beginning. My plan was to take out private loans. I was going all in, but then I realized I can take out money for my master's program. So it worked out, and now I'm going to be a resident, so it worked out even extra. Another con is that you're not working and making money, so you're taking a huge pay cut for a year. So that's another thing to consider. But if you think about if this is what you really want to do, and if it helps you get into the program, it's going to be worth it. But I want to mention these things because if I were you, I would probably do a GPR first before considering these programs. And let me tell you why. It's because you can still participate in research. You can still form these connections with the orthodontic faculty. You can still form connections with the residents. You can probably sometimes even still take ortho courses depending on where the GPR is. But the plus sides to doing a GPR are, and this might be a plus to an AEGD as well, but I'm just not sure, so I won't speak on that. But a plus side to doing a GPR is that you do get paid around 60 grand. Some of them are 50 grand a year, but you still get some money that you can use to pay off your loans, to pay for your living expenses, and that money makes a huge difference. Instead of taking private loans out, you can get paid to still learn, to still do research, and still improve your orthodontic application. So that's what I would do. And then the option where you would make the most money, but it'd probably decrease your chance of getting in, is if you just went out into the workforce, made a lot of money, but you weren't really learning. Although you could still do research if you go out into the workforce, you just have to know how to do it and find a mentor to help you. I don't know. It would just be really difficult. You would have to have really good connections if you decide to go that route. All right, so now let's talk about the preceptorship, internships, and fellowship programs available so you can look at all your options and apply to the ones that interest you. Okay, so let's talk about the options that you have. The first one we're going to talk about is Case Western Reserve. It says the program length is 11 months, but it also says that it's flexible. It could be 12 months. So it's probably like 11 or 12 months because that's how it was for the program that I did. Another program available is University of Florida. It's a 1-year orthodontic internship program. This program is located in Gainesville. Tuition is around $35,000 for 1 year. The application opens in October, and the deadline is January 31st of 2025. So the deadline has passed, at least for this upcoming cycle. The next program is Eastman at the University of Rochester. So this is a program that I did. I would recommend it. It obviously why got me into orthodontic residency, but it was not easy. It really was not. I think they took me because I worked really hard. They didn't take me just because I did this program. So take that with a grain of salt. If you do this program, you are not guaranteed an admission. You have to work your butt off, and you have to do this for all the other programs. I don't think any program says it's guaranteed for you to get in. Although if it is, consider that, because it's getting so hard to get in that if a program is promising you admission, I don't know, it might be worth it. So for the program at Eastman, it's around $30,000 for the year. Eastman also has GPR programs and AEGD programs, so consider that. Temple, I know that they take one intern, and usually that intern gets in. That's what I've heard, and I did a externship there, and that's what I heard from the residents. So if you can go there, do the 1 year, have guaranteed admission for the following year, that sounds like a terrific idea, but they only take one intern. It's also an expensive program. It's $40,000, and there's a $5,000 non-refundable deposit. The next one is at UCLA. It says that the length of the program is 2 quarters and that there's 4 positions. Then we also have Indiana University School of Dentistry. They have an orthodontic fellowship program. It's also a non-degree program. Next we have CTOR. This says it's like a mini residency. It's a 3-month program and it's $30,000 a year. I don't know if it's $30,000 for just 3 months. That sounds like a lot. Then we also have Jacksonville University. They have a fellowship in orthodontic and clinical research program. So I actually was accepted into this program, and they did basically tell me without directly telling me that if I did the program, I would be accepted into their orthodontic residency without saying those exact words. They kind of said it like everyone that has done the fellowship has become a resident, and if you look on their website, you can see all the fellows, and then if you look at it the next year, you can see that they're residents. I also know someone who did the fellowship, and they said similar things. They got into the ortho residency. So I would think this is a good program, and I was really considering it. The only reason why I decided to do Eastman instead of this one was because of the high tuition. I believe it was like $65,000 for the year, so it was just really expensive, but they do let you see patients in the clinic and participate in research, so this is a good opportunity. Another program is LECOM, Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine. It seems that their tuition is $35,000 a year. There's an application fee. This is for an 11-month program at LECOM. Then we also have Seton Hill that has a program. They have an orthodontic internship. For this one, I have also heard that most of their interns are basically guaranteed admission into their program. I've also heard it's pretty expensive. Then we have the Ohio State University. It's a 1-year orthodontic internship. It's a year-long program, and it's $30,000 for the year. So it seems like that's a common trend, $30,000 for a year. Then we have Roseman University of Health Sciences. They have this orthodontic internship, also an 11-month program, non-accredited certificate program. The tuition is $30,000 a year. Next, we have UT Health San Antonio School of Dentistry. They are offering an orthodontic internship that is a year long. Next, we have University of Louisville. It is a 1-year orthodontic internship program. The fee for the year is also $30,000. Here it also says fees and other costs for this internship may not be eligible for federal student loans, deferments, etc. So yeah, you can't even defer your loans if you're in this program. You know what? That's something I didn't think about. So I was able to defer my loans because of the master's program, but if you're in these internship programs and you can't defer your loans, you're not getting paid, and you still have to make payments on your loans, that's a huge thing to consider because you have to figure out how to make these payments. So keep that in mind. Then we have NSU Florida College of Dental Medicine. They have a preceptorship program in orthodontics and dental facial orthopedics. Then we have UCSF. They have a preceptorship in orthodontics. This says that it's offered in 12-week modules. It's 3 months. Applicants can take up to 4 modules. This means that a preceptorship can last from 3 months to 12 months at the discretion of the program director, but cannot be longer. The course is full-time. It also has some information for international students, about visas, and the price for this for the 3-month program is $15,000. Then we have Rutgers School of Dental Medicine, Clinical Preceptorship in Orthodontics. It's an 11-month clinical continuing education program. Okay, last but not least, we have the University of Illinois Chicago. They are offering an orthodontic preceptorship program. It's a full-time program, but it seems like they have an option of doing a 4-month program or a 6-month program, and they do vary in tuition. That concludes all the programs that I was able to find. That was way more than I thought was available when I was applying for these programs, so hopefully this gives you a lot of options and things to consider. Good luck to all of you who are going to reapply. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video.